I'm out at Powerline at Wildwood, and I can't ride it because it's too muddy down there. As a matter of fact, look at this. That's just from walking around here. Just on this to film what I want to talk about today. I'm out on the Mongoose Ledge X1, or Project Ledge X1 Stage 3. If you haven't seen my review video, I'll link it down in the description. I'm not going to go over everything on this bike. Just going to talk about something today, and it has to do with the worthwhileness of doing this, because I have seen in comments, and I've been over this numerous times in my live feeds. I think I mention it on just about every upgrade video, yet some people don't seem to absorb this. I have never said if you have $3,000, $4,000 to buy a big box bike and buy all the parts to make it what you want. Of course, you can do anything with your money because whatever makes you happy, but that's not really cost effective, because there are going to be bikes with carbon wheels, a nice fork, a nice rear suspension. All are equal to this stuff, or probably less. It's the economies of scale. Toyota builds cars. They can build a car cheaper than you can piece together the same parts to build that car. Well, it's no different with a bike. That's not to say this wasn't worth it for me, but remember, I'm a YouTuber. I make YouTube videos about big box bikes, so this, for me, was a quest. Could I make the ultimate big box bike? And I'm sure I could even go well beyond this if I wanted to. Better fork, better rear suspension, even maybe start modifying things. But am I going to? No. Because as I mentioned in my review video, I clearly hit a threshold with this bike. And I have seen, and even in comments, people have bragged about spending more. Well, really, it's not something to brag about. Saying I have the most expensive big box bike, to me, that's not all that impressive. Although, to each their own, again, whatever makes you happy. But I just don't think taking unnecessary money expenditures and putting them in a big box bike is feasible or a good idea. Again, it's whatever you want to do with your bike. Whatever makes you happy. I'm more about happiness. Someone getting what they want out of something. And as I have said, I'm happy that I did this, but I won't be doing it again. So I just wanted to cover this morning, and I don't know if you can hear the birds, I'm pretty sure that there's a pterodactyl up in one of these trees. And since we're out here, I'll follow up a little bit about what I like about this bike with more time on it now, and some of the things I dislike. Number one, I still like all this fun stuff. It's pretty awesome. Now, there's a thing about this fun stuff. These grips, the fun grips, I think it said 3 foot-pounds for the nut to tighten these down. I had to go almost twice that, or they would slip. The same goes with this. Remember, controversy. I put that backwards. But this, what's the rating on that? I'll have to look, and I'll show it on your screen. But I had to go quite a few foot-pounds more than the recommended rating on that, because my saddle, or my seat post rather, you can see where it would slip down. I would start riding, I would have the perfect leg extension, and then by the time I got halfway into the trail, I would notice, oh, something's not right. My knees are bending too much, and it was because that clamp would slip. So I don't know what's up with the torque rating on that, but I had to go, I don't say considerably more, maybe a couple of foot-pounds more, but that's a big deal when you're dealing with the dropper post clamping down on it. I bought this RockShox Revelation, a good fork. And man, look at that angle. We're seeing that on big box bikes. How cool is that, right? But I bought this RockShox Revelation, not a fan that the adjustment knob falls off on these so often that most people carry a wrench to adjust it. Well, you know, that's another thing, another component that you have to take to the trail with you. And on a $600 fork, I just don't. I have $200 forks that I don't have to do that. Heck, I have $129 forks I don't have to do that on, so I'm a little unimpressed there. And definitely second guess carbon wheels. If your bike's tubeless ready, I don't know about this, you know, what, I saved half of a pound. It wasn't even that. Wasn't it like 3 ounces? Something crazy for the same performance, so I definitely wouldn't do that part again, but live and learn. If you watch this channel, you know I have a love-hate relationship with tubeless. I do like that I can get exactly the pressure that I want for a trail and all the traction, but tubeless is such a pain. I really do not like this. It gums up pumps. I just don't think it's worth it unless you're a hardcore rider. I I don't think tubeless is the way to go for the average rider, and that's what most of the fans here at KevCentral, or viewers here at KevCentral, are. We're all average riders, because remember, I'm probably more like you than you're willing to admit as far as ride capabilities and skills. I'm not someone you're gonna see doing crazy stuff up in the air. I'm at the point in life where I realize there are repercussions for certain things, for certain actions, and I prefer my sanctity and health so I can keep riding even on my little average level for as long as I can. I have seen it said that down there, that pivot inside here where that little chrome piece is, in that pivot, I've seen it said that the part for that's in there, there's a spacer that is impossible to get. Untrue. I found my original XR Pro rear suspension kit. If you watch my video on that, I made a video a long time ago. Talked about getting parts for some of these Pacific Cycle bikes and how easy it was to get an entire rear suspension with all the pivot bushings and so on. Well, it had that part. That kit had the part, all of this. So they can and do have the parts. Now, I haven't tried to order the kit for this bike because, you know, there's bearings in there. You just think, remember, tapered head tube, no, got bearings in the suspension pivots. I mean, how awesome. And you know, that's really about it. I can't complain about anything else. I mean, a little bit of anodizing here, a little extra torque here and there. Everything else, oh yeah, and that knob, that does really bother me, the knob, but everything else, this bike is a wonder. It is an absolute wonder, and as I've already said, I'm glad I built it. Just won't be doing it again. Unnecessary expenditure. I think stage 2, which was thousands cheaper than this, was roughly equally capable. Once all this dries up, I'll come back out and we'll do some ride footage on this, and I'll maybe get some other people on this and get some footage to show you what this can actually do, because trust me, it is capable. And that's it for this rambly video. Hope this helped you out, at least helped your budget out while you're working with your bike and with big box bikes in general. Thanks for watching KevCentral. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, if you haven't already, I hope you subscribe and hit that notification bell. More coming, including some other content. Talked about that, kind of where bikes blend into other things. We'll be covering even more here at KevCentral, but always the main focus, bikes, and mainly big box bikes. Have a great day.